to see.
Who's it you want to see, Mr. Blackwood?
Sherlock Holmes.
Are you sure about that? I say give it a miss. What about you, Mr. Watson? Do you mind me doing a review on Sherlock Holmes, your new movie?
I never complain. When do I complain about you practicing the violin at 3 in the morning? Your general lack of hygiene, or your experiment on my dog?
So you wouldn't start complaining if I started to say it wasn't that good?
I never complain. When do I complain about...
Good then. On with it!
I have a request. Someone I want to see.
Okay, so this is the new Guy Ritchie film Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes just came out on the 26th of December for us in Britain. For you Americans, it came out on Christmas Day. I don't know why you'd want to go to the cinema on Christmas Day. I don't get it. But I went to see this. I had high expectations basically for this. I thought it was going to be an entertaining thrill ride, and as Spill.com had said that this film was better than Sex, I was looking really forward to it. And it starred Robert Downey Jr., Jude Law, and Robert Downey Jr. plays the title character Sherlock Holmes, and Jude Law plays Watson. And they're going down the traditional route of trying to capture Lord Blackwood, I think his name was. And what we find out is that, well, it's all in the trailer, that they capture him and then he escapes. He comes back from the dead somehow, and then what happens is that 3 other women are going to die unless Sherlock can try and work it out, and Sherlock is apparently not going to be able, according to Mr. Blackwood. And what ensues is Femme Fatale and Jude Law and Robert Downey Jr. doing a sort of a bromance buddy picture, then trying to find out this mystery, to do what's going to happen next, and a mystery that's about to unfold. And by the end of this film, you'll find out there's definitely going to be a sequel. Now, this film was, I will admit, disappointing. It was entertaining. The film by Guy Ritchie, he knows how to make a film. I will admit that. He is a very stylish director, but there's all so many different directors I wish could have done this film, and they could have done it probably so much better. It is entertaining with the action scenes. The action scenes are well directed. The film generally looks great, it's very stylish, and the cinematography is great, and the set pieces really work. And it does have some really great ideas. Some, you know, the mystery element mixing in with the action can work at times. With the 2 cast members who are the main driver of the film, Jude Law and Robert Downey Jr. And the main thing I love about this film is Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal of Sherlock. He shows the eccentric and mad side of Sherlock and the genius of Sherlock at the same time, with witty humour, which I think really brings the film just above subpar level. But the film then brings you back down to why this film isn't very good. It has unbelievably preposterous storyline that I really don't like. It just too much reminds me of other films, name a few. The Shanghai series, the Shanghai Noon, Shanghai Nights. Exactly the same storyline and exactly the same way it's done, to a predictable ending. You will see this film's ending coming. It's nothing new. It's got no good story and not a hint of originality. The mystery element of this film is definitely gone. The way Robert Downey Jr.'s character is able to portray this mystery unfolding is only through action scenes. And I know some of the action scenes are really cool, like the slow-mo scenes of where he's going to tell us how he's going to knock him out and why this will work. But through that, the mystery element is gone. And this is what Sherlock Holmes was all about. It was the mystery element. And I remember the old, I don't know if you remember, but the old Disney cartoon, the film, the brilliant Sherlock Holmes animated film with the mouse detective. That was great. I really liked that. That was silly, yet still kind of smart. But this is totally dumb. It's just got no mystery element to it, and I think that's the problem with it, is that they should have had a better writing team and definitely a better director to make this either a comedy that is set in the modern world of today's time, of with Sherlock in it, you know, maybe not the same type of Sherlock, but someone who thinks he's Sherlock, or basing it upon Sherlock to make a reimagined version. Also, I just think that this is just going to turn into another type of franchise. There's nothing new here, it's just a thing to please the masses. I know it's a fun Boxing Day movie to watch, but it could have been so much more. And also, I have to add, this is my last nitpick at the film, it's boring in parts. It's unbelievably boring. Due down to the fact that the dialogue is pretty poor. It's too sophisticated for the film and too clever, and it just brings the film down from when it's trying to be high octane action to, oh my god, unbelievably boring at times. I caught myself dozing off. I know I was tired, it was after Christmas Day, but seriously, some of the dialogue is so unbelievably boring in this film. I couldn't really stand it at times. But the performances are great. I will admit that. Excellent performances from Jude Law, who have this sort of buddy picture, the chemistry between them, which I really like. I think this film, if it fixed out its problems in its sequel, with a better villain, with a better storyline, maybe even with a better director, even though I think that 10 years on they should make another Sherlock Holmes movie that is more clever and maybe isn't all about just action, which that's not what Sherlock was all about. It's the reimagined Sherlock Holmes movie of the 21st century, but it's not the type of Sherlock I want. It's a different kind of Sherlock I want. But overall, I was disappointed with this film. It only gets a 6.5 from me. I did find it entertaining, but only mildly at times, and it could have just been so much more for a type of Sherlock movie with the with the brilliant original, screenplay, all the books, with all the source material it had. It could have made such a great storyline, but it made it mundane and boring and predictable. Sorry for that, but it's only 6.5. So until my next review, I'll see you later.